Good morning, students. Once more, welcome you all in your English class. Myself Kamalnath, and I am going to explain you today the exercise of chapter 2, the Narayanpur incident by Sasi Deshpande. Student, we have already learned and enjoyed the story. What is in the Narayanpur incident? What was the incident? What happened? Right from beginning to end, we have read, we understood what Sasi Deshpande, a great writer of India, has written. And I already explained you that this is the story based on Quit India movement. It's a historical story, and in this she had just taken a reference of one incident that took place during Quit India movement in a small town, Narayanpur. So let us proceed and see here about the chapter, about the exercise, what there we have here, the questions that we will discuss, we will know, we will come to know. Here the first question, that is in your exercise, understanding the text, answer these questions. The first is here, why have, although here in your book there are hardly few questions, but I have selected the questions, framed the questions for you, so that when you answer these questions, read these questions and answers, you will broaden your concept, idea and content of the story. That is the reason, that is the main purpose. For that reason, these are the questions that you will write in your copy and you will learn. As some major questions, this type of questions are not given to answer the questions in your exercise, but from my side I am giving you these questions and answers so that you will learn and you will write in your copy. The first question is here, why had students been marching? You very well remember what was the march, the procession that was conducted by the college students. So question is here, why had students been marching and how was it an unusual march? Student, a teacher in Narayanpur was arrested during the Quit India movement. He was the follower of Mahatma Gandhi. Although not only the teacher, almost every citizen, whole country was standing behind Mahatma Gandhi, and they all followed the way and they had accepted the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. So no doubt the people and the public had become crazy and they wanted to do anything, whatever Gandhiji decided. So he was also the follower, that teacher was also the follower of Mahatma Gandhi. Narayanpur was a small town. The teacher's wife, sons, daughter and most of the youngsters believed in a different form of resistance to the British. They wanted different types of really revolt, different types of protest, not violent, not just any kind of you can say bloodshed like such. As you know, Mahatma Gandhi believed in non-violence. That's why these youngsters also believe in a different form of resistance to the British. So they all decided to show their protest against British rule. So they marched, and it was an unusual march because they did it silently and peacefully. There were no slogans, no shouts, not any kind of damage, government or public property. So the march was unusual. As generally you see the protest and march and any kind of such procession that takes place there, the people becomes angry, and angry mob destruct and destroy the property, public property. They are shouting slogans. So it was a peaceful and unusual march. A police officer was seen talking to the student leaders. Can you guess what the officer had been talking to them? Actually, the police officer had not expected this type of march. They had thought that there would be slogans, shouts, and they would have to use the force to control the procession. The police had expected that there will be some disturbance, turbulence, and violence, but there was nothing like such. They had expected. They had their plan to arrest them in that case. If there would be such like that, they had planned to arrest them. So he came to talk with them about it. What was their intention, why they had come, what they wanted to tell through the procession. So the police officer came to talk to them, and they had nothing to do to control to them, because the march, the procession was peaceful, quite peaceful. Why were Babu and Manju disappointed with the way students were marching? You know, you have read the story, and in that I have explained you. Babu and Manju were brother and sister of Mohan, son and daughter of the same teacher who was arrested. And so Babu and Manju also had gone to the collector's office to witness, to be the witness, to watch the procession. But in the way the procession ended there, they were disappointed. Babu and Manju were a bit disappointed because the march ended peacefully. There were no slogans, shouts, or violence. They had expected some entertaining shouts and slogans. And that's why they were disappointed. As they were children, they wanted some kinds of really thought exciting or thought provoking or any kind of protests, but nothing was such. What had the police expected about the way of protest, and how did the students' leaders manage the protest? The police had expected that there would be so much protest, slogans, shouts, and even destruction of public property by the processionists. They would revolt violently. The police thought that the processionists would revolt violently because so many people, including a teacher, were arrested. But the processionists did nothing like that. It ended peacefully. So, whatever the police had expected about the protest, nothing like such happened. Next is here, what was there in the mysterious parcel? What suspicion did the police have about that? Obviously, the question is here. There was a parcel, mysterious parcel, you know. Someone brought a parcel in the house of Mohan. The parcel was covered with a newspaper. It came to his house. What was in that mysterious parcel? Their parcel was mysterious because it was covered. And you know what the period was? The duration was of Quit India movement. The public protested the British rule. They had decided to drive the British from the country. And so every activity of Indians were here suspected, doubtful. The question is, what was in the mysterious parcel? The mysterious parcel contained a cyclo-styling machine. The mysterious parcel, which was covered in a newspaper, came to Mohan's house. It was cyclo-styling machine. The parcel contained a cyclo-styling machine. This machine could make copies of Mahatma Gandhi's speech, which were distributed among the public to bring awareness. Cyclo-styling machine was the machine in which the speech was made, their copies. several copies were made in the machine, and that copies of the speech of Mahatma Gandhi was distributed among the people, among the public, so that they could listen Mahatma Gandhi's speech at their home, and they would be aware about their rights, about the way they were going to make India free, what Gandhiji suggested. So through this speech only they wanted to make the people aware, public aware. The police wanted to know where the machine was and who was making copies of Gandhi's speech. So no doubt Mohan was also suspected. Mohan was also a college student and he had joined the Quit India movement. So he too was suspected. The British police suspected him. So police wanted to know where the cyclo-styling machine was and who was making the copies of Gandhi's speech. They had suspicion, means the police suspected. Okay, they had suspicion that Mohan had done so, Mohan was doing, and so they wanted to search his house. They had suspicion about Mohan, and so they wanted to search Mohan's house, his house, to get the cyclo-styling machine. That's why Mohan was suspected. These were some of the questions that I have shared today with you. I have discussed with you. Some more questions I will have in the next session, video session. I will discuss, I will explain on basis of whole story, and it is expected that you will write these question answers in your copy. You will learn them minutely. So students, thank you being a part of the video. Thank you very much.